Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has a massive roster of nearly 90 characters. Despite that though, there are still a lot of characters that miss out on joining in. Lucky for them, there are a few other ways they can be represented, as they can appear as assist trophies, spirits, or even Mii costumes. As the name implies, Mii costumes are used to customize a Mii's look, and many of these costumes are based on characters that couldn't make it to the roster. There are quite a lot of these as well, with over 140 total. With so many Mii costumes though, some are bound to be worse than others, so today I thought it'd be fun to rank all 140 Mii costumes from the worst to the best. Now there are quite a few ways you could rank these, and I imagine my methodology here will be slightly controversial. For me personally, I think the greatest appeal of Mii costumes is being able to play as a character you wouldn't otherwise be able to. So this video is pretty much separated into 3 separate sections. The bottom of the list are costumes based on characters on the roster, the middle will contain the Smash original costumes along with a few other miscellaneous ones, and the top of the list will be costumes based on actual characters. I'm sure some people may value customization more, which I totally understand, but for me, I like trying to cope that Skull Kid actually made it to the roster. In between those 3 sections, costumes will be ranked by how good they look, and for the ones based on characters, how closely they tie into their original. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and let's jump right in. Taking a second look here, it seems they don't have all the costumes. Oh, right. You have to buy some of them. I hope it's not too expensive. Okay, we're just taking footage of the DLC costumes from their trailer. Sound good? Yeah, it does. Let's get to the list. So starting off with our costumes based on characters in the roster, which do I think is the absolute worst? Surprisingly, this was a lot easier than I thought it would be. 141, the Meta Knight mask. They did this in the absolute worst way possible. First off, there's no torso to go with it, which I guess makes sense because Meta Knight doesn't have one of those, but it still hurts this costume. The real reason I don't like this though, is the fact that they tried to include Meta Knight's body here for absolutely no reason. Like, if they just used the actual mask part, this could look quite cool, but they decided to add on this body and it just looks awful. Like, I legitimately don't know how you could even use this at all. There is no character where this would be the closest thing to their look. And of course, on top of all of this, Meta Knight is a playable character, so just play as him. This is easily the worst Mii costume in the game. 140, Woolly Yoshi hat and outfit. Just for future reference, I'm combining all hats and their outfits together. Anyway, just like the Monstrosity crafted Yoshi, this looks terrible too. I guess you could make the argument that Woolly Yoshi isn't playable, so him having a costume is fine, but it's just so ugly that I don't really care. This is also our first costume to show off one of my least favorite Mii costume gimmicks. Early on, I guess they really wanted to emphasize the Mii's faces, since that's what you're supposed to customize. But that also just led to a lot of costumes doing this ugly stretched out face thing, and I hate how pretty much all of them look. As the Mii costumes went on, they actually introduced some that would completely cover the Mii's face, and those look fantastic. So I'm going with the cope that this stretched out face thing is a thing of the past, but there are still a lot of costumes with it now, and they all lose points for it. 139, Ancient Helm and Soldier Gear. This is also technically not a character on the roster, but it's based on an outfit Link can wear in Breath of the Wild. This is just so unbelievably ugly though that I had to put it low. Also, this thing was the bonus that came with buying Fighters Pass 2. So if you see any debates on who is the worst Fighters Pass 2 character, say this. 138, Inkling Squid Hat. This is a bit of a step up looks-wise, but I still can't imagine this looking that good on any Mii. On top of that, one thing that annoys me about the Inkling outfits in particular have to do with their colors. Certain Mii costumes will actually change based on the color you choose for your Mii, but for some reason, despite it being the most obvious thing ever, the Inklings don't change color at all. That definitely hurts each of them a little bit. 137, Peach's crown, and 136, Daisy's crown. Alright, now we're starting to get into some of the more usable costumes. These are of course the crowns of the 2 Mario princesses, but what I don't really like is the fact that they come with their hair too. That means you lose the Mii's haircut, and that just leads to less customization overall. So I would have preferred if it was just the crown. Also, Daisy's above Peach because she's more awesome. Rosalina didn't get one. Loser! 135, Princess Zelda wig. This is another crown and wig combo like the last 2, but this has a few things that help it out a bit. First off, the hair looks a bit better, and it also comes with Zelda's big ears. This is also based on a different Zelda than the one on the roster. Which one that is, I have no idea. At first I thought it was Ocarina of Time, but that looks quite a bit different, so who knows really. This does lose a few points for not having a dress though, which also goes for the last 2 entries as well. 134, the Sheik's mask. Oh no, he heard me, everyone hide! Yeah, so this is my brother's favorite Mii costume piece. He made this monstrosity known as Face Mask, and he's main Mii Sword Fighter ever since. Yeah, he's one of the 3 Mii Sword Fighter mains. I'm scared for my safety. Anyway, this mask looks okay, I guess, but this really should have come with a matching outfit. Like, I get maybe dresses could be hard to work with, but Sheikah armor would definitely fit over a Mii. 133, Isabelle hat and outfit. Now we're getting into the full costumes based on actual characters. This is another stretched out head monstrosity monstrosity, but if I were to give it some credit, I like how the party popper here is used for the gun. 132, King K. Rool hat and outfit. He looks very strange stretched over a Mii, but his hat looks a bit better than Isabelle, so I'll give him a slight edge. He's our first character that just puts his head on top of the Mii's head, which looks a bit better than the stretched out ones, but it's still much worse than just having the head be normal. 131, Fox hat and outfit. Very similar to K. Rool, but the outfit looks much more natural on a Mii. I guess this could be used to kind of recreate the other two Star Fox members, Peppy and Slippy, but this has Fox's big tail, so I don't know. 130, Inkling wig and outfit. Moving away from outfits based on animals, the human... I guess they're kind of squids. Moving away from outfits based on animals, the human ones are much better since it makes sense for the Mii head to be there. The Inkling set is also our first one to change based on the gender of the Mii, with the female one looking like the orange Inkling and the male one being blue. While that is kind of cool, again, these really should have changed based on the color of the Mii. If they did that, these would actually kind of have a reason to be used, but as is, you should just play the normal Inkling. 129, Captain Falcon helmet and outfit. First off, if you'd rather play Mii Brawler than Captain Falcon, we need to have a serious discussion, but also this outfit is missing something kind of important. If you look at Falcon, you can see two white triangles to represent the eyes on his helmet, but for some reason, they're not on the Mii costume. So yeah, that just looks weird. 128, Chrom wig and outfit. Yeah, I mean, this looks like Chrom, I guess. Not much else to really say on that. Guess you could use the blue hair to make a troll, I guess. Just take and kill my grandma. 127, Samus's helmet and armor. This fits well as a Mii gunner outfit since they're based quite heavily on Samus. I guess I do kind of like being able to see the Mii's face through the visor on the helmet, and you could make a Samus unmasked Mii using this, so it's alright. 126, Champion's wig and outfit. This is in a pretty similar boat to Chrom, but I just like how Link looks more. Plus this comes with big ears, which can probably help make some other characters. 125, Builder Mario's helmet and outfit. Obviously Mario has a builder costume on the main roster, but I could see this being somewhat helpful in general Mii making. If you ever wanted to fight as Bob the Builder, I guess this is the costume you'd use. What do you mean Bob the Builder got a makeover? What is this? 124, Splatoon 2 hat and outfit. These costumes for the Inklings are actually not seen as options for the actual character, so I guess these do have a bit of a use if you really love how the Splatoon 2 Inklings look. Definitely still should have changed based on the color though. 123, Link cap and outfit. This is based on the generic Link look, but it gets to place so highly amongst the other costumes based on fighters, as this is technically a different Link. I think Skyward Sword Link is the most similar, but it's a bit hard to tell. Obviously all three Links on the roster can wear outfits very similar to this though, so it has to stick quite low here. 122, X's helmet and outfit. And we've reached our first DLC costume. Now I'm sure the Mega Man fans in the audience will probably execute me for this, but I don't know, this outfit is just very similar to normal Mega Man. Yeah, I know this is based on a different design or whatever, but I would not pay for this costume when I could just play as Mega Man. And even then I wouldn't play as Mega Man. 121, Luigi's cap, 120, Wario's cap, and 119, Mario's cap. These are my three favorite pieces based on fighters. I've just always liked how the caps look for the Mario family. I think the design is literally perfect. They can work well on a lot of Mii's, so I like them a good amount. I will say though, I swore there was a Mario overalls outfit, but there just isn't. Guess my memory is failing me. But yeah, that's it for these fighter-based costumes. Now we get to jump into some more original ones. 118, the mecha suit. This is our first Smash original costume, and it's for good reason. It's just so ugly. I'm sure someone could find a use for it, but I'm not nearly creative enough to save this thing. 117, high-tech armor. This is also pretty ugly, but a bit less so. Yeah, also prepare to breeze through some of these. 116, dragon helmet and armor. I feel like people probably like this one because gold, but I still think it sucks. There's just way too much going on with this outfit that I'm really not a fan of it. 115, Arcade Bunny hat. This is the first costume based on a character not on the roster, of course being the Arcade Bunny from Nintendo Badge Arcade. This is another horrific stretched face one, but it also has the downside of not coming with a matching outfit, making it really suck. It's only above the fighter costume since there might be a few Arcade Bunny fans out there who have been desperately wanting to play as him. 114, Shy Guy mask. This is based on the Shy Guys from the Mario series. The reason I don't like this is very similar to the reason I dislike the Meta Knight mask. Had this just been the Shy Guy mask itself, this would be pretty good, but for some reason they added the red bit at the top of a Shy Guy's head and it just doesn't work. 113, Prince Crown, and 112, Princess Crown. Despite seeming pretty basic, these are actually based on something, being the Mii's you have to rescue in the Street Pass game Find Me. There are actually quite a few costumes based on Street Pass, which I honestly kind of like since they act as references to the Mii's origin games, which is pretty much not shown at all in their movesets. As for these two though, I again don't like that they come with the hair similar to the Mario princesses we saw before. The princess haircut looks way less stupid than the prince's, so it gets the edge. 111, 1-Up Mushroom hat, and 110, Super Mushroom hat. These are of course based on the Mario series' two most iconic mushrooms. These definitely don't look bad, but they're just nothing that special. Alright, now we get a big streak of animal hats that just puts the head on top of the Mii. There are more that come after this, but they have matching outfits, so this is where I decided to place the others. 109 Teddy hat. This is based on Teddy from Persona 4, and he just looks very dumb. 108 Judd hat. This is based on Judd, the cat from Splatoon, and the fact that this was DLC is absurd. If you bought this, you're beyond saving. 107 Mr. Saturn hat. Based on that thing from Peach's Down special, this looks okay, I guess. Nice that I don't have to pay for it. 106 Morgana hat. This is based on that little gremlin that's in Joker's taunts that goes like, "Looking cool, Joker." Its massive eyes look funny to me, so it got to move up. 105 Feline hat. This is based on Feline from Animal Crossing Monster Hunter, and the fact that Monster Hunter doesn't have a fighter helps us out a bit. Plus, its eyes are also funny. 104 Chomp hat.
What the dog doing?
This isn't really the same as the other hats we're talking about right now, but this is the best place to put it anyway. I like how it engulfs the Mii's head. 103 Slime hat. This is based on the slime enemy from Dragon Quest. They're pretty iconic, so they deserve the hat. Plus, this has a bit of jiggle physics as well, which is a neat addition. 102 Chocobo hat. This is based on Final Fantasy, but it's my favorite animal hat because it's the closest you can get to making Chica, and she's awesome. 101 Floral hat. This is another Street Fighter piece, and it looks pretty nice, I guess. I'm sure there's some pretty specific character this could be used to create. Like it could be used to make, 100 Hockey Mask. This is also based on Street Pass, and while yes, it does have a bit of the Shy Guy problem where I wish it was just the mask by itself, this definitely is the least bad case of this. 99 Lacey Headband. This is our last Street Pass headpiece for now, and sure, it looks like it can be helpful, I guess. 98 Barbara the Batwig. This is based on Barbara from Jam with the Band. The wig fits pretty well, but there's no matching outfit, so I can't really put it much higher. 97 Octoling wig. Very similar problem as the last one where the wig looks cool, but doesn't have a matching outfit. I like how this wig looks better though, even as Splatoon has much more representation. 96 Dixie Kong hat. Out of our last three, this is the solo headpiece I think would be the most helpful. While it would still be difficult to make Dixie Kong without a matching outfit, the hat and hair don't look bad for a custom Mii. 95 the Spiny hat. I like this one purely because it's basically the Mario Maker power-up. Plus, if there's any spiky characters you want to make, I'm sure this could work well. 94 Mark's hat. This is based on the Kirby character, and I've always liked this hat. I think it could certainly work well outside of the character too, so I'm a fan of this. 93 Rabbit's hat. Now yes, this is technically another stretched out head, but honestly, I like how this one was done. The rabbit itself is honestly not even that stretched, so you could definitely turn the Mii head into a mouth inside. Still would have liked if the hat did that itself, but whatever. 92 Waluigi's cap. Just like the other Mario family hats, I like Waluigi's too. Of course, this gets to be much higher than those three since Waluigi is still sadly not playable. 91 Cappy. Alright, I know he's part of Mario's moveset, but I like Cappy. Look at the channel logo. This is the most restraint I could show. I think he looks fantastic on a Mii, and technically this outfit is just the whole character, which is kind of neat. The rest of this tier will be Smash original outfits or headpieces from Street Pass. These are probably some of the most important costumes for making custom characters. While I'm sure that make these land quite high on some of your lists, I prefer having costumes concretely based on certain characters. 90 Super Smash Bros. Shirt. I imagine this would be kind of hard to use on a character that's supposed to be based on something specific. It looks good though, so I will give it that. It also got two different costumes based on gender for some reason, and it also can be used on every type of Mii. 89 Bionic helmet and suit. While this does look kind of neat, it kind of covers everything you can customize, so I find it hard to believe that it would be helpful for making custom characters. This also doesn't change based on the color despite having elements that would clearly work with this. 88 Special Forces helmet and outfit. This lets you see a bit more of the Mii itself, so this is much more open for customization, though it's a bit too specific to be all too helpful. 87 Steampunk getup. This outfit looks kind of nice and even changes based on color and gender. I just don't really know any good steampunk characters this could be used for. 86 Monkey hat and outfit. While this looks pretty alright, I'm not really sure why you'd use this when you could just play as Donkey Kong or Diddy Kong. It's kind of hard to make this a specific monkey as there's not much to customize here. Monkeys are awesome though, so I can't lose too much. 85 Pirate hat and suit. I do really like how the hat looks, but honestly the outfit itself is a bit weird. I'm sure it can be good for pirate characters though. 84 Vampire guard. This is a bit extra in terms of how much is on the outfit, but I still think it looks pretty good. 83 maid outfit and 82 butler outfit. These both can be applied to a ton of different characters, but one other thing that makes these so good is the fact that these can be used on all three different types of Miis, which is something that can only be said for a few costumes. 81 Cybernetic suit. I really like this one because of what it does to the sword, turning it into a really cool looking light sword. The outfit itself is just okay, but the sword is pretty cool. 80 Wild West hat and outfit. I can see both pieces working well separately as well as looking pretty good on their own. 79 Cat hat and suit. Well yes, Incineroar is on the roster, there's no cats with a similar color scheme to these costumes, so I like them more. Plus, depending depending on gender, the outfit will change drastically, which is pretty neat. 78, bear hat and suit. This is my favorite animal suit because it reminds me of Freddy Fazbear. Using the honeypot in place of the gun is also really creative. 77, astronaut helmet and suit. Having a basic spacesuit is pretty helpful for making custom characters, which brings these up a bit higher. 76, devil horns. Now we've got a bit of a streak of Street Pass headwear. The devil horns are pretty helpful to make any demonic character, which is a somewhat common archetype. 75, magic hat. This is good for any sort of wizard, which are again pretty common. 74, regal crown. I've always liked how this crown design looks, and despite us having several crowns before this, the regal crown doesn't come with hair, making it extremely useful for any royal character. 73, top hat. This is our final Street Pass piece, and I'd say it's pretty helpful. Also, I just want to point out that our last 4 entries are all in Among Us. 72, protective gear. While incredibly basic, that's kind of what you want, as it also means it can be helpful for many more custom characters. 71, tracksuit. Very similar to the last one, though I like this one's design a bit more. 70, fighter uniform. I know this is gonna get a bit repetitive at this point, but I like how this one looks just a smidge better. 69, ninja headband and uniform. This is very similar to the last one, but the design is slightly better. I do wish the headpiece was a mask instead of a headband though. 68, biker gear. I just like the design here quite a bit, plus the 2 different gender outfits look quite different, which is pretty cool. 67, business suit. This is one of the very few outfits that work with all 3 me types, which already gives it a boost. Having just a generic suit is extremely helpful, as there are a ton of characters this could be used to create. Add on that the tie can change based on the color of the me, and you've got yourself a pretty good suit. But the best Smash original suit has to go to 66, the standard suit. I'm kind of a sucker for default looks for characters, but that also applies to the Miis as well. I think they did a really good job with their designs in this game, as they not only look good on their own, but can also work well with custom characters. This might be a bit of a lame one to put as the best Smash original outfit, but I don't care, I think it looks pretty solid. Well, we have finally made it to the final and, in my opinion, most important section of this video. These 65 Mii costumes are all based on characters that aren't playable in the roster. Like I said, I think these are the most important, as they're the closest you can get to actually playing a different character without them actually being on the character selection screen. So starting us off, we have 65, the Hunter's Helmet male. These are based on the hunters from Monster Hunter, and I'll be honest, these are just really boring. Not particularly ugly, but like, who is desperately wanting to play these guys? 64, Flying Man hat and outfit. This is of course based on the Flying Man from Earthbound, which you can see on the Magicant stage as a hazard. There he's only a sprite instead of a 3D model, but if this is anything to go by, I much prefer the 2D look. This also has the stretched head problem, which definitely does make this pretty weak. 63, Chibi Robo hat and outfit. This is another head hat costume, which isn't great, but I honestly might dislike the body more. The proportions of Chibi Robo over a Mii just look wrong. The body is made massive, but the arms are still super skinny, which makes this outfit look pretty ugly. 62, Tails hat and outfit. Once again, another head hat, but I think this looks a bit better. I like that they use a blaster instead of the arm gun here. The body in general is honestly pretty well done. It's just that the head hat takes this character down. If this was just Tails' head, I would have liked this one a lot more, since I like Tails as a character. For our final stretch head of the video, we have 61, the KK Slider hat and outfit. I like that he's represented as a Mii costume, and his guitar being a gun is really creative, but otherwise, this suffers from the same problem as many of these others, the stretched head. Hopefully the next Smash game makes these into normal masks. 60, Knuckles hat and outfit. Okay, so this is technically not one of the 2 messed up head types we've seen, but yeah, Knuckles just does not work as a Mii outfit when the face is cut out. This could also use having an actual head. 59, Gil's helmet and armor. This is based on Gil from the Tower of Druaga. I think this is the only Mii costume to come from a game series I've never heard of. The only reason I vaguely recognized him at all is because he's one of the sprites that can appear in Pac-Man's Up Taunt. The outfit doesn't look bad at least, just sort of generic I guess. 58, Mega Man.exe helmet and outfit. EXE. That's like the scary thing. Okay, but on a serious note, I like this much more than X's outfit we saw before, since it's more different from the Mega Man on the roster. Still, it is quite similar, so I'm putting it relatively low. 57, Erdrick's helmet and outfit. Okay, yes, Erdrick is playable in Ultimate as one of Hero's costumes, but this is an entirely different iconic look for him. Yeah, it did lose a little bit of points for being based on a roster character, but at least it doesn't look ugly like the ancient armor. 56, Rex wig and outfit. If you look up bad character design on Google Images, Rex is one of the first things that pops up. 55, Ryo Sakazaki wig and outfit. This is based on a character from Art of Fighting, and while I'd say it does a pretty good job of replicating him, he's kind of a basic character design. Like, you could realistically make a Mii that's pretty close by just using the fighter uniform in orange. I definitely wouldn't suggest buying this one unless you're a super fan of him. 54, Martial Artist wig and G. While this does look pretty solid, based on my super in-depth research of the Dragon Quest franchise, this is just a class of characters rather than an actual character, which makes this a bit less interesting to me. 53, Toy-Con visor and outfit. This is another one based on non-specific character, just having the Labo accessories that Nintendo made a little while back. I like these more than the last one because the outfit can be used to make Walter white, which is awesome.
I don't know, man. Been seeming sus.
52, Ray Mark III helmet and outfit. This is based on him from Custom Robo, and while it does do a pretty solid job representing that character, I just think this outfit has way too much going on. Still cool that this franchise got representation though, so that's something. 51, Rathalos helmet outfit. This is based on Monster Hunter and is pretty similar to the last one in terms of being a cool but messy reference. I would normally put this below the last one since Rathalos is already in the base game as a boss, but the sword is pretty cool, so I'll give it credit there. 50, Persona 4 wig and outfit. First off, hilariously long name, but anyway, this does a pretty good job of looking like the Persona 4 protagonist. But his design is kinda basic. Definitely less basic than Ryo, which we saw before, but it definitely wouldn't be hard to replicate this without the exact costume. 49, Heihachi wig. This is based on a younger Heihachi from Tekken, and it does a pretty solid job of that. While the outfit is definitely on the more basic side, the hair is pretty cool, so I'll put it above the last one. 48, Nia outfit and wig. This matches her character pretty well, but outside of that, there's not much more to add. I think she's an important character. I don't care about Xenoblade, sorry guys. I'll make it up to you later. 47, Jackie wig and outfit. This is taken from Jackie in Virtua Fighter, and it does look pretty solid, though once again quite simple. There's also another Virtua Fighter costume I like much more than this, which I kind of wish this one was styled after, but this is still not bad. 46, Nakaruru wig and outfit. This is a reference to Samurai Showdown. I only know her because a bunch of people thought she was going to be the SNK character when it was leaked that their copyright info was present. Otherwise, this outfit looks nice, but isn't too special. If her bird was somehow included on this though, this would have been sick. 45, Takamaru wig and outfit. This is based on Takamaru from the mysterious Murisame Castle. You all may recognize him from his assist trophy and the sound effect in Mario Maker 2 though. I've always kind of liked this guy because of how much he gets referenced in other things. Honestly, wouldn't even be against him making it to the roster as a retro pick someday. His design is pretty good too, though nothing particularly stand out. 44.
That's Dunban over there!
Is that funny? It's like a Xenoblade reference. Hope that makes up for me saying I don't care. I do like Dunban's design, and I could see his hair being useful to create some other custom characters. 43, Veronica hat and outfit. This is based on Veronica from Dragon Quest. While I'm not the biggest fan of her design, the headpiece is pretty unique, so that boosted her up a bit. 42, lip wig and outfit. This is based on Panel de Pon and is pretty unique looking design wise. I like that the lipstick is used as her sword here as well, which means you can have this and the item equipped at the same time. 41, Veridi wig and outfit. She's that lady who sometimes shows up in the Palutena's guidances. Her design is pretty cool and she makes sense as a Mii costume, so no complaints from me. 40, Callie wig and outfit, and 39, Marie wig and outfit. These are of course the two Squid sisters from Splatoon. Besides the Inklings themselves, they are probably the most iconic characters in the franchise, so giving them these outfits makes sense. They also would have been somewhat tricky to make without these. 38, Toad cap and outfit. Toad is of course a very iconic character to the Mario franchise, so he makes perfect sense to get a costume. I also really like that the outfit can change based on the color too, something that Toads are known to do. That makes the outfit fairly helpful for making custom characters as well. Sadly though, the hat isn't color based, which is kind of weird, but I still like this outfit regardless. 37, Arthur's helmet and armor. He's from Ghosts and Goblins, but this outfit is just kind of a suit of armor. But that's something we didn't have yet, so this is actually a pretty useful set to have for customization. Arthur himself is just whatever character design wise, but these can still be useful. 36, Springman mask and outfit. 35, Ribbon Girl mask and outfit, and 34, Ninjara mask and outfit. All three of these are based on characters from ARMS and each also have a special attribute, that being their springy arms. I really like how they look here, and while I do think it makes them pretty impossible to use outside of the characters, I think the characters themselves should be a priority anyway. Ninjara is my favorite since the other two are just the basic faces of ARMS, whereas Ninjara is a much more interesting character. 33, Zero helmet and armor. Now here's a much more interesting costume to come from Mega Man. He fits pretty perfectly for Mii Sword Fighter, and he's another character to get a cool light sword as well, known as the Z-Saber. There is another Mega Man outfit I think is a bit cooler later, but this one is great too. 32, Gomon wig and outfit. This is taken from the franchise of the same name, and they did a pretty good job translating his design over. I like his hair especially, it's pretty unique. 31, Ashley wig and outfit. She's taken from the WarioWare series and fits in quite well over a Mii Sword Fighter. I like the use of her staff as the sword, and her design in general is pretty nice. 30, Saki wig and outfit. He's from the Sin and Punishment series, and I've always liked their color scheme. The bright yellow works really well for his shirt, and it's nice that he still gets to be in the game after his assist trophy in Smash 4 got murdered. 29, Aerith's outfit, 28, Barrett's outfit, and 27, Tifa's outfit. These three are all based on the main three party members from Final Fantasy VII, besides Cloud himself of course. I think it's really cool how well each of them fit onto the three Mii types, with Aerith being a sword fighter, Barrett being a gunner, and Tifa being a brawler. One thing I guess you could say holds these down would be the fact that they don't come with headpieces. Honestly though, Barrett's haircut is not hard to recreate with a Mii, and Tifa's hair is in the exact same boat. Aerith probably could have used a hairpiece since her hair is a bit more specialized, which puts her below the other two, but they're all pretty good. 26, Persona 3 protagonist wig and outfit. You'll never guess it, he's taken from Persona 3. Sure, his outfit is pretty basic like the Persona 4 Pro tag, but I like this guy's hair much more. Also, I do kind of wish he was a gunner costume. The sword may be more accurate, but all I know about Persona 3 is
You should
25. Yuri wig and outfit. This is in a pretty similar boat as the last one. This is based on Yuri from King of Fighters, and I just think the hair looks cool. The outfit isn't the craziest thing, but it's not bad either, so I like the inclusion. 24. Lloyd wig and outfit. This is taken from the Tales series, and I think Lloyd's design is pretty cool. It's nice that his franchise was able to be represented. 23. Vince hat and outfit. This is a pretty good job of representing Vince from the Art Academy series. What I like most about this though is the fact that the outfit is perfect for any sort of painter character you could add. Before we move on though, how cool would it have been if we could change the color of the paintbrush based on the Mii? Just sharing some ideas, but I think that'd be neat. 22. Geno hat and outfit. To this day, I still can't believe so many people want this character in the game. Like, I've seen people get mad that he's just a Mii costume, but I think that's absolutely what he should be. The design is pretty decent, but definitely could be improved. I think if they make him use his full head instead of just his hat in the next Smash game, then he'd be much better. Because he's never making it to the roster. 21. Black Knight helmet and armor. This is pretty much our first Mii costume to completely cover up the Mii. While to some of you that may be a bad thing, those are my favorite types of costumes as it really makes you feel like you're actually playing the character rather than a recreation. While the Black Knight is definitely pretty neat, he's my least favorite of these fully covered up ones since his design is a bit messy when put on a Mii and he's already an assist trophy, but I still like the outfit. 20. Skull Kid's hat and outfit. I've always really liked Skull Kid as a character, so that was obviously going to influence my placing of this costume. Sadly, I do think the design doesn't mesh perfectly with a Mii, but that's not going to stop me from placing it up here. 19. Isaac wig and outfit. He's from the Golden Sun series and I've always really liked his design. The blue and yellow mix really well, so I'm just a big fan of it. Plus, Isaac has certainly got a decent amount of fans, so giving him a Mii costume makes sense. 18. Diamond helmet and armor. Okay, this one probably shouldn't have placed up so high, but I just think the diamond armor is funny. I'm sure you all know by now that Minecraft is one of my favorite games, and this was a perfect costume to add with Steve. I like how weird it all feels, as the Mii isn't made square to match with the costume or anything. The sword being a diamond sword is also perfect. 17. Team Rocket cap and outfit. Okay, so I know I took points off from the martial artist outfits from the Dragon Quest series earlier in the list for not being based on specific characters, but I'm biased, okay? These are the only Pokemon Mii costumes for some reason. I mean, there are so many iconic humans from the Pokemon series they can include, but at least I picked a good set if they were going to just do one. These are also particularly memorable Mii costumes for me because of what happened after they were revealed, but we'll get to that soon enough. 16. Majora's Mask. This is the only solo headpiece to make it into this top tier, and I think it more than deserves it. Majora's Mask is one of my favorite games, and the titular mask has always looked so cool to me. I'm sure some will disagree with it being so high, but I'm just a big fan of it. 15. Akira wig and outfit. If you remember Jackie from number 47, this is the other Virtual Fighter costume, which I think is much cooler. Just like Akira's assist trophy, this has a very polygonal look, which I think makes this costume look really neat. No other costume really does that, making this one of my favorites. 14. Dragonborn helmet outfit. This is taken from the Elder Scrolls franchise, which is very popular, so it getting representation is great. The outfit isn't the most exciting thing ever, but the franchise it's from being as huge as it is definitely helps. 13. Dante wig and outfit. This is up here for two reasons. One, this is the only representation of the franchise Devil May Cry, which is pretty well known. I also just really like the design. The dark red clothes look really neat. 12. Travis wig and outfit.
Travis? Travis Scott?
He's from the No More Heroes franchise, which is once again fairly well known. I think I like Travis's design a bit more though. The purple torso is cool along with his weapon, plus his haircut giving the Mii shades is a nice touch. 11. Proto Man helmet and armor. This is definitely my favorite set to come from the Mega Man franchise. Proto Man has always looked pretty cool, and this captures his design quite nicely as well. It also covers a majority of the Mii, so it really can feel like you're playing as him. 10. Yiga Clan mask and outfit. Just like in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, the Yiga outfit completely covers the person using it. There are even different male and female versions of the outfit too. I think adding these in was a perfect Mii outfit choice since they work so well over the Mii. Yeah, these aren't based on any one particular character, but they're just done so well that I find it hard to care. 9. Altair hood and outfit. This is another Mii costume that represents a massive franchise, that being Assassin's Creed. On top of doing a pretty solid job looking like the character, I think both of the pieces could work well outside of the person it was made for, which isn't something I can say for a majority of this top 10. 8. Shantae wig and outfit. Taken from the Shantae series, her design is pretty great, and her franchise is popular enough to where I feel like a Mii costume was more than warranted. She already had two spirits before the Mii costume got added, so her franchise is pretty well represented. It's especially helped by the fact that she's one of the 3 Mii costumes to come with a song when purchased, hers being Burning Town. That makes the price for her and the other 2 costumes significantly more worthwhile since they still cost 75 cents. Now obviously this isn't a music ranking, so that shouldn't really play a part, but it's kind of hard to not at least mention it. 7. Volt Boy mask and outfit. He's from the Fallout series, and this one is very interesting. Despite being a human, this gives you a full head of the character that completely covers the Mii. I think this was a fantastic choice as it makes the outfit so much better. character. I really hope more outfits are considered for this special treatment in the next Smash game. 6. Doomslayer Mask and Armor. This is taken from Doom and it's a great way to represent the character. It looks so much more gritty than the other Mii costumes and I think that makes sense for it. Really happy they got in, though I really wish it came with the song too, cause Doom has some pretty iconic music. 5. Cuphead Mask and Outfit. He's one of the best stun Mii Gunner costumes. For one, he completely covers the Mii, but 2, giving him the ability to shoot from his hand was just so perfect. Oh, and this was costume number 2 to come with a song, Floral Fury. 4. Pig Mask and Outfit, and 3. Creeper Mask and Outfit. These two are probably the weirdest, but at the same time funniest outfits in the entire game. If you've seen a Minecraft Pig and Creeper, you'd know that their body types do not fit over a human pretty much at all, but they still tried in Smash anyway, which resulted in these monstrosities. The limbs are just floating completely separate from the body and they just look so bizarre. That's not saying they're bad though, I love these because they're so weird, and also because I love Minecraft too, of course. The Creeper basically had to come if Steve was, but seeing the pig come as well was a nice surprise. I'm not sure in the general thoughts behind these two, but I'm a pretty big fan at least. 2. Bomberman Mask and Outfit. This is of course from the Bomberman franchise and is one of the best executed costumes in the game. Not only does it completely cover the Mii, which really makes you look exactly like Bomberman, but this also can change based on the color of the Mii. Fun fact, this is the only headpiece to change based on color in the entire game, and I'm so happy they decided to make that choice. I think this was a perfect way to represent Bomberman along with his assist trophy. But we all know who number 1 is.
Oh my god! Holy crap!
Sans is by far the best Mii costume. I think that goes pretty much without question. Sans is an incredibly popular character from the incredibly popular Undertale, and his design translates to Smash pretty perfectly. He completely covers the Mii, so it really feels like you're playing as him. He also uses the Gaster Blaster from Undertale 2, which was a nice thing to throw on. Due to how popular of a character he is, along with how good of a costume this was, his reveal is up there with some of the actual characters in terms of how exciting it was. I mean, Terry was revealed the same day as Sans, which meant that the character got almost completely overshadowed by the Mii costume. Sans perfectly captures what I think a Mii costume should be. It should give characters that otherwise wouldn't make it onto the roster a chance to fight. Mii costume reveals before Sans were always the most dreaded part of a direct, since they pretty much just felt like deconfirmations. After Sans was revealed though, it was actually exciting to see what Mii costumes they had in store. But on top of all this, he was of course the first Mii costume to come with a song, and it was by far the best. Megalovania is one of the most iconic songs in gaming and absolutely deserves to be in Smash. This remix of the song is also my favorite rendition of it. I listened to it a decent amount. Sadly, I did get a copyright claim for using it during a live stream one time, so if there's a different song playing right now, it's because I was forced to change it. But yeah, I think it's pretty undebatable that Sans is the absolute best Mii costume in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. But anyways, that's it for this video. Is your favorite costume the nun headpiece and you hate me for not ranking it? Let me know in the comments. There were a lot more Mii costumes in Ultimate than I thought. I genuinely thought there were under 100, so this video took a lot more time than initially expected. Hopefully the effort I put into this video was worth it and you all enjoyed it. But anyways, dry bones for Smash, and I'll see you guys next time.